Cut it right there. Switch it up. Switch it up. It's one of these weird shows. We've already done a 30-minute interview. And you notice how good I was? You notice how good I was during? I was like, well, earlier in the show, we talked about this.
You did.
We
and
haven't.
Now you're ruining
We
it.
haven't talked about it, but we're going to now, and you're going to hear him be like, wait a minute. This is unbelievable. These idiots are talking.
There's an interview coming with Brian Lee, Arena Club founder, CEO. That's what Mike
We already did it, though.
Yeah, but they don't know.
We're also going to drop a much more in-depth interview on SI Collectibles, si.com/collectibles. Danny sat down with him. However, for our show that we're just starting now... Jesse's exhausted. He was up till 4 a.m.
I'm not exhausted. I'm feeling great. You keep saying that. I came in energy.
Oh,
I came in energy.
You have that exhausted energy. I was like, hey, Jesse, before I even... How you doing? Oh, good, man.
just had a little tootski and I'm ready to go.
Jesse has
I keep making that joke.
Jesse's
I probably should stop.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems. I'm doing great. The only problem I have...
If you did coke, you'd be
just
dead.
one
Oh,
little...
my God.
Who said anything? Don't talk about drugs.
That's what a tootski is.
Well, yeah, but don't say the word. We're going to get demonetized on something.
No, that's absolutely not the case.
It's a thing.
A couple things we want to talk about. Topps basketball is being released. It's being announced now. Hey, here's some SKUs. Here's kind of the plan going forward. They've announced this on their Instagram and their social handles. I did want to do a quick review of some Topps pricing. I've been very negative on 2025 baseball. Topps and Bowman baseball in particular. I do want to talk about that a little bit because there's been some massive drops. And then kind of an interesting tie-in with the repack. I sent you a video on TikTok. Can you play that on here or no? Is your phone connected?
I can play it through the computer, which would be even easier and better.
Okay. Because, yeah, this Whatnot actually came out with an announcement. They now are only allowing... By the way, I'm always critical of them because I think they do nothing but pursue money. Mm-hmm. This is actually, to me, on the surface, a good thing. I haven't dug into it enough, but it does seem like, hey, we're cracking down on repacks. They want it to be audited with a public checklist. Mm-hmm. Our boy in Atlanta, though, Jeff, that went on and took credit for this, basically. Like, we started this in my repack. That's the video I sent you, and it's a kid doing commentary over it. I asked if the kid wanted to come on. The more I listen to Jeff, the more laughable his content is. First of all, his repack stunk, and there was a ton of problems with it. But then he comes out with this, like, we were the first to do this, and groundbreaking, and and I was just like, I like totally having the blood, just head in the clouds.
Wait, the repack, though, he did through PSA, not through Arena. Wait, maybe I'm confused. What are we talking about that he put out? Let's watch the video.
Well, let's do that in a minute. Let's do the basketball thing first.
Okay, wait.
Or let's just do, go ahead.
Can we also talk about, there was also something about the regulation about the whatnot thing. Is that something that we are going to see?
Let's start with it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe we start there then.
Yeah, please.
So are we going to see the repack regulation in just individual breakers? They have to check with someone first. Did you happen to know? Do you know more about that? Because
it has to be approved. It said. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Doug has to get into our YouTube. Number 93. We're in there, Doug. You're welcome.
Because my thing is, there's always been rules on the site, right? Like, there's always been when you do a break, everybody has to get something. And I'm glad. I think Fanatics Live does a great job as far as actually pushing that. Like, you really do need to, because they do audits and checks like that. But I don't know. I didn't think that they really pushed any of these rules. That's my bigger concern.
So this is brand new now, where there has to be pre-approval given, whatever.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is good. I actually, again, I don't commend Whatnot often in this space. This is a good move. You need a public checklist. You have to be approved. So we can't just have, as you'll hear mentioned later, Fatty McSweatpants. So
that's a meme.
I'm glad to hear that. I think that's a good move. So this is a guy named Kyle. Breaks with Kyle is this guy's handle. I don't know who he is. I listened to him. I asked him to come on the show. He did not respond, which I just commented. I don't have any other way to get in touch with him. I like this kid.
I have a major problem with this. I don't like making negative content. I don't like calling people out, but this cannot be how people remember Jeff Wilson's repacks.
Okay,
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Please. By the way, this is true. He said that, and instantly I was like, let me just see if this guy's just a troll who crushes people. He doesn't. His content is almost all card exclusive or promoting what he's doing. He's not like one of these guys going after people.
Yeah.
So he's honest off the bat.
Well, yeah, because I'm already very interested because I didn't hear anything about this repack.
Yep.
But no, you had nothing to do with this.
Breaking news. Whatnot is now requiring repack certification, and it is causing a huge shakeup today with breakers.
No, it's not.
I wish he would talk like that in everyday life. Honey, I've got irritable bowel syndrome. I will be in the bathroom for 47 minutes, multiple wipes.
Here's my issue.
I can't take it
I don't actually have an issue so far because all that is clickbait. It's a thumbnail that's like someone being shocked.
I like
so
to be
far,
funny.
it's fine. No. I'm not saying you.
This is just entertainment value. I don't know anybody texting the show.
I just want.
Okay, now I'm going to be quiet until I tell you to pause again.
It's not causing a major shakeup at all. To the people who are doing repacks right, we're saying thank you. Jeff Wilson wants you to think that everyone's repacks are bad.
Okay, I'm gonna pause right there. Okay, he's putting words in the mouth. That's not what happened. I'm not saying like I'm the biggest proponent, but that's like none of that has happened so far. But okay.
But to his point,
yeah,
I think like they run repacks. If you've been doing it correctly anyways, here's a checklist. There's good cards in there.
Sure.
I think regulation to you is like, oh, music to my ears. Like, great.
Well, he said a major shakeup. Did he say like specifically like, oh, breakers are gonna hate this? Like, I think this is a good thing so far too. But yeah,
bad ones.
And that his are here to save the hobby.
Now, back in July, when Cards HQ introduced Graded Grails, the world's first PSA certified repack, I said that I hoped it would set a new standard for the industry.
Yeah, okay.
Big claim.
See, that's the
big
stuff.
Goals.
Oh.
That's the type of stuff. It's like you just did a repack. You weren't setting the.
He's doing some self-promotion. Yep,
sure.
I can agree with that. Yeah, it's a little.
But to
over
come
the top.
back after the fact, because you're about to hear how much of a disaster that really was in a minute.
What? Oh, okay.
Jeff's. It's like what? Why can't you just say, "Hey, this is a good idea"?
Sure.
It's a good idea, but by the way, we came out front. Anyways.
Yeah.
How did he follow through on that?
There are things with that need to be improved, right? Like we had some misses where
video.
there were cards on the checklist that were either dropped in value a lot after we bought them, or in a couple of cases we made a mistake and put like the wrong card got into the product because of the way that.
So that's what happens with Jeff's product. There were like hits, big hits that didn't get in.
Oh, just
there
the card specifically wasn't in.
That didn't make it.
Yeah,
or there were other ones where the value was X and it was really Y. Now, I'm not trying to be overly critical of Jeff here, but if you're going to come out and say that,
sure.
Well, the end result can't be, well, yours was kind of crappy as well. And oh, by the way, you're not making 50,000 of these. There shouldn't be any card. Like, this is not rocket science. You should have been able to figure this out.
Yeah. Well,
so that's the hypocrisy is kind of what this guy is making the point of, which
gotcha.
I like.
Yeah.
And it's not just because it's Jeff. I would come after anybody for saying that. But that's why it's interesting, his take. So I'll let you play the rest. Sorry.
Okay.
We're doing all the sorting with PSA and everything.
He is literally admitting he put the wrong cards in the wrong boxes, and some of the cards were well under their stated floor. Mistakes happen. Jeff, here's a little bit of advice. What separates the bad ones from the good ones is how you handle those mistakes. Myself,
correct.
Along with many people who got burned on your repacks, are still waiting to hear back from you on that. While we wait, we get to see him go on Instagram and take credit for this.
Today, Whatnot announced that effective November 3rd, all sellers on their platform can only sell approved repacks that are audited and have public checklists. And I'm very proud of my team for setting the new standard that is now becoming the hobby norm.
Yeah, see, you think Whatnot said, hey, what did Jeff do? Oh, that's just we're going to do that too. Like, that you can see. And again, I'm not trying to pick on him. You can't tout, I'm revolutionizing this thing, totally screw the pooch, and then come out after like, see what we did though?
Did he actually say that? I didn't hear him say like.
Play it back. Rewind that 10 seconds, please.
I just want to hear.
And have public checklists. And I'm very proud of my team for setting the new standard that is now becoming the hobby norm.
You didn't set the standard, and this isn't the norm. This is Whatnot coming out with a thing. You set the standard and didn't meet it. They didn't reach it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the comment section of this guy, who I don't even know, I think I actually like to talk to Kyle, is people saying, oh, by the way, we had, because Kyle himself has made videos how he had an issue and it hasn't been resolved yet with Jeff's repack.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Don't come out and say, this is a good, so two separate things. Good on Whatnot for coming out and regulating something. Mm-hmm. They are still the forefront of live streaming. I love eBay Live, who we work with. I love Fanatics Live. They are not anywhere near what, and they would tell you that. They are not on the Whatnot level yet. They're just not. The fact that Whatnot is coming out with something like this, the other two already have those standards. But for Whatnot to come and do this is A for them. Dude, I mean it. Like, I don't give them a thumbs up a lot. Great for them.
Yeah.
This part, though, was just like, why would you come out and say anything? You didn't do what you said you were going to do, and now you're claiming they're imitating what you did to set. It's just funny.
I get you. Yeah. Well, here's my question: is the rest of this video? It's like another minute long.
I didn't even watch the rest.
Okay, I was going to say, like, what else?
He just kind of wraps up the. You can, because it gets a little more of the detail.
Because my thinking is, in a lot of these videos, it's like if anyone made, say, a video of something you or I said, it's like, okay, well, I'm making a video that is really, the point is like, I want views. Like, that's what I really want. I'm not as upset about it because it doesn't seem like It's like, oh, well, Jeff came out and he said a thing that I don't agree with. I don't know. I view this
I'd rather
as
something you don't agree with, than come on here and be disingenuous. Like, look what I did, and other people are now doing it because of me.
Sure, I don't want anybody to be just disingenuous, but
I don't make videos to get clicks. I could care less. I mean, the reason people listen to us because they like what we say.
Sure.
I don't say things because I want people to like what I say.
No. I totally agree with that. My thing is like,
I'll come across this table.
All this is doing is giving more promotion to the repack, like to Jeff's repack.
Oh, I don't care about that. Who cares?
Oh,
it was
okay.
It was garbage. Go buy it. Go buy it. You're not going to get the hit you things in there, and the value's gone down. If that's your promotion, have it. Hey, hang on for clicks. Go buy the repack.
Go buy Jeff's repack right now.
If I have to have another awkward breakfast because of this,
you will. That's what I'm trying to. I'm
just going to say this, and just so we're all clear,
happening.
Going forward, Papa Gio comes to all shows with me. It's in his new contract.
Oh, okay.
People have been thrown off buildings in Atlantic City. Dad's
you
buddies.
Can't.
They went to prison. That's fine. I'm just saying.
Dude.
Any awkward meals?
2025 baseball.
People are flying.
No,
I'm playing.
All right.
See, that's humor.
That's what
humor is.
This is the first time I've seen it.
You want to take a little drive?
You want to have me hit a play or?
Yeah, guys, play. You want to dance next time? Good.
Whatever repack history is about to be written between Whatnot and TikTok, Jeff Wilson's name cannot be included in it. I hope all of you out there know that public checklists have been a thing for a long time. He is not the first one to do this. Same with third-party repack packaging and authentication. Arena Club's been doing this for like a year and a half. Jeff, your repacks did exactly.
And there's the top.
This feels like a plant.
And it is.
This feels like a plant.
So this is totally a plant. I'll admit that. Yeah. Arena Club has done this since day one. And by the way, the cards are actually...
Did you just say people listen to this because they don't want something disingenuous? All right, I'll admit this is
not disingenuous. I told you, it's an absolute plant. I'm telling you right now. But Arena Club has been doing that since... As Courtyard has, by the way. I'll be totally across the board. We're not working with them anymore. Sure. Courtyard did the same thing. Here's your odds. Here's your checklist.
Yeah.
Living checklist.
I don't care. Yeah,
it's been happening already. Yeah. Again, it's just this thought, though, of like, I revolutionized. Yes. Hey, you know what we did? We revolutionized podcasts because I sat across the table, two idiots, and we talked into a microphone. People have been doing this for years.
So what I'm hearing now, let me clarify. What I'm hearing is you got there's an issue with someone kind of like bragging about how well they did in something.
You didn't even do good.
I don't know. That.
I brag about wins all the time. If you want to brag about a win, fine.
Okay.
You brag about a win when it wasn't a win.
Sure.
And then you also claim my win contributed to a $10 billion company setting a standard. You think Whatnot really sat there and said, oh, Jeff's guys did this. Here's the standard.
Here's what's going to be amazing. Jeff comes out. He's like, he sees this. He's like, oh, we're not having a breakfast. I'm going to put out a video where it's the recorded conversation of us and Whatnot talking about how we need to make these changes. And it's going to be like, oh.
No, it's a recorded conversation of them and Whatnot saying, hey, let's just really cover up for Backyard here. We're going to do all we can to be kind to Grant.
Lord
yeah, that's the please.
Dude, I got into a Backyard break over the weekend because there was like the only person that was selling spots in a Disney break.
Great.
I hated it.
Oh, really? I thought you were about to get mad at me.
I felt bad. Like
Did you feel dirty?
It wasn't. This isn't like a shot at.
Was it with Grant?
Whatnot thing.
Was it the A team?
No. I don't know.
You
this
bought
team
him with the Backyard Loser team?
It was the only people that were selling at the time. And it was like
a question: 1 to 10. Do you have any respect for yourself? You dress like Buzz Lightyear in a suit that I cannot even imagine.
Like that.
I cannot even imagine the stench of that thing.
Reading the comments on some of the posts
your
comment
roasted.
was actually nice.
Roasted.
And most of the comments were great. Some of the comments,
most were
are
bad.
Absolutely. I like to go all the way down to the hidden comments and see what got blocked by Instagram or wherever. So yeah, they're fun.
I think they did a good job. I mean, I think the comments were fair.
Some of the comments are just like, guaranteed, guys in this in his parents' basement.
My favorite one. A lot. Just tell me you're a virgin without telling me you're a virgin.
I didn't see that one. Which one is that on? Is that Facebook or TikTok? They posted that thing everywhere.
Maybe that's just me.
I actually had several people in the break yesterday saying, I came over here to see you breaking because I saw the tops thing. Which I was like, dang, that's pretty awesome.
Here we go. I haven't looked yet. We're going to read just the top 5 comments on Instagram.
I bet they're all positive.
Under tops. Here we go.
They're all great.
Oh, 10K right now, PM me. Old grown man playing with Disney cards. Yeah.
You know what's great is like your top comments are different than my top comments. I was in the room.
All these are nice. This is crap.
I told you.
Oh, this is on our video. That's what.
You got to scroll all the way down if you want to see hidden comments.
I want to see the
I want to see the mean ones. Those are fun. Those are I actually
so
kind of
many of those are
them.
mine. It's ridiculous.
It's all you.
Burner accounts.
The most liked one is the fact that they cut the video where it's like
your hands.
My top video and the bottom video don't sync up so that my hands are holding the card
and
but then I'm both touching my face.
Okay, here we go. Hidden comments. We're gonna go with the top 5.
Okay.
Number 1, Kids cards, but we got a. I cannot read
Just
that.
read it. Just
No.
read it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. It's going to be good.
We got a grown fat dude in cosplay
Yeah.
freaking out.
Yeah. Get
Okay,
him.
Dark Knight card
Get
is
him.
lame.
What's the username, though? Just so we can all... No. Don't
Butt
dox
Broccoli.
him. Don't dox him.
Dox anybody. LMAO. It's fake because they're trying to create demand by lying to you. Okay,
That's just mean.
This one's stupid. Who cares about a Walt Disney one? You're a dummy. That guy's in it.
Yeah.
The fire emoji? Blocked. Good
No.
thing. Yep.
That's a like.
I'm not even going to question the Buzz Lightyear BS. That's kind of
That's
funny.
good. Yep. Man, I will say, I'm not even joking. I thought there were pretty funny ones because there are people that are
It's
just going
not
to be
bad.
angry all the time. But
Oh,
that's fun.
as long as you're funny, though, it is kind of like...
I enjoyed it. I've gotten the fact that I can be okay with it is because there's been so much positive
agree.
people coming out. I'm like, yeah, let's hear the other ones. I wanna hear it.
300,000 views.
I know. No, it's got a ton of likes. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I feel better. All right, you want to talk
Baseball?
about baseball real quick? Okay.
I don't, but
My
yeah,
thing
let's
for a
do it.
while, I'll make it very brief then, has been, man, baseball has been coming out in 2025 and just dropping. And it's been a rough scene for Tops specific.
Yeah.
Leaf has been very good. That Leaf Baseball Nation came out cheap. It's still cheap. It's doing fine. Leaf Trinity has actually gone up a few bucks, as it should.
Can I ask real quick,
Please.
though, about that? Do you think it's just because of the price associated with it? Because I can't imagine that people wouldn't choose a Topps license card over a Leaf card given they were
If it were
same
apples,
price.
correct. If it were apples to apples, yes.
Okay.
But like Tier 1 has a few hits in the box,
Yeah.
and it came out at 500.
Okay.
Leaf Trinity has 6 autos, and by the way, they're not game used. I get it. I'm not comparing the product. I'm simply saying, though, the chase 6 autos with a really, really good list of players and cards that I actually think look pretty good.
Yeah.
It's $165.
But
that's
the
the
tier one
difference.
thing that's got the bat noms, right? I think it's a
Sure.
lot of it's like a chase.
Oh,
of
it absolutely,
the rare,
is. But I hate when prices get so again. Tier 1 came out at. Can you look that up by the way? 2025 Tops Tier 1 came out at $499 was the. We're going everything off blowout pricing because they pretty well set the standard for secondary market. I think right now it's under $350 if I'm not mistaken. You have a price on a hobby box.
2025 baseball tier 1 baseball hobby box currently. Well, I can tell you what it came out at and what it is right now.
Well, it was 500. I know what it came out at.
Okay. Yeah, they had it at like 450 at some point.
No,
but yeah.
it was $499 for sure.
So it's at 344 right now.
So 30% drop
Sure.
in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount, as it should,
drop.
by the way. That and even 344 is probably a little pricey for that product. But that's one example.
But this is it. This is what Blowout, David Adams, and Steel City, all these big box shops, they keep doing though. Like the product comes out,
But Breakers
and
do
they
too.
immediately jack that.
We
I
are
know- I
guilty
do
as
know-
well because we're paying a little bit more than we used to direct, and so we now just most guys like I do. We wait to see what are they coming out at there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's $6,000 a case. Let's try to be. So we broke ours at $5,000, which was even tough.
What I find interesting though is like because I've only been breaking for like the last a little over a year or so,
Mm-hmm.
and when I was doing this even earlier this year, I knew that if I got a case of something, I could break it for the total price. The total price would be a little bit more than what Blowout or any of these other shops had it at. And I was like, okay, that makes sense because it's like that's where these guys are going to buy a case anyways.
Sure.
And my total price of breaking it, the time of like shipping it to all these people, top loading all of it, it's like, yeah, there's a premium that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, it's like I put the whole thing together. And I'm like, I'm still under what they're selling the case for just raw.
Yeah, like me and Eddie still, our process has not changed. Here's the 30-team list in order.
Yeah.
Arizona, Atlanta, like it's always the same, alphabetical order, same list. Let's look at the checklist. Let's make up the price for what we think it should be based on the product.
Yes.
Now, Topps Chrome comes out as a cheaper product, okay. But Tier 1 comes out, it's a really hyped up product. Let's go through. So a $200 team in Chrome might be $350 in Tier 1.
Yes.
I remember we went through our first pass and we were at like $4,600. I was like, bro, we're $1,500 below retail, which I'm not mad at for the customer, but I was
Sure.
like, we obviously have to come up a little bit. We came up to like 51, I think, but it was tough to get there.
Yeah.
Topps Chrome is another one, though. All 3 Topps Chrome SKUs this year have absolutely tanked after the first couple weeks. Similar return. At Tier 1 I didn't look at. Topps Chrome's down like 20 to 30% on all 3. Hobby, Jumbo, Breakers Delight. And the other, Topps Finest. Topps Finest has dropped a little less, but again, that thing hit almost $500 a box.
Oh, wow.
And there's no reason for it.
Yeah.
So check up 2025.
Well, that's what it feels like. It feels like there's like a manufactured, like, this is going to have hype around it, and we're
Correct.
going to make sure it has hype because we're going to, jack the price up right off the bat. Like, as soon as we
just
get
you
product from
increasing a
top.
price
Yeah.
adds hype to it now because we see that
Exactly.
price. And
but
myself,
it shouldn't.
I don't disagree. But what is the price of a Topps Finest box right now?
So, a Topps
I think
Finest
they were
hobby,
$374.99 is where they peaked.
at this point, they are Wait. What they peaked at?
I believe so.
Went down to?
What are they now?
Well, because at one point it's showing a price of $450, but right now they're $365.
I think they were $475 at one point.
Oh, okay.
But again, that's a 30% drop roughly.
Yeah.
It's a huge number. The only one that has sustained so far has been Bowman Chrome, which is weird. I'm glad to see, and it's actually a good product, and the resale has been very good. But I hope at some point Topps looks at that like, hey, this one came out a lot cheaper than the other ones because it did. Breakers, the late cases were $2,200 a case. Hobby came out at about $4,000, which that's a little expensive, but it's a $12 case. I get it, and it's a very good class of prospects.
Yeah.
I know it's a money. I understand you have to make business too. So that's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and blast them. Hey, you're charging way too much. You have to charge what you want to charge, and if it sells, and you're making your money. But I do think, man, you're starting to get a little bit of the bad taste of people of like, so I bought in day one because I was excited about this product. 9 days later, I could have bought the $200 Yankees for $140. This is like people. I hear that complaint from people.
Yeah,
and it's like, I hope Topps is noticing this. Is like, you know what? Maybe we pump the brakes on some second half of the year pricing because we're just getting into the second half of the year for product. Baseball
for
releases.
product. Yeah. Okay,
I hope so.
I do too because it is a concern because it's like a chicken or the egg too because I'm not sure like who is causing these prices to go up. Because it's like
that's fair too.
Feels like
because Topps could come out at 1,000, and if Blowout and everybody else is putting it at 5,000, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But allocation price is higher than it was last year on most products.
Well, and that's what it feels like as far as like we all get allocated breakers, hobby shops, and I'm assuming like these big box stores are getting
100%.
it
Bigger than us, 1,000.
But they come out, the big box stores come out at these super high prices, and it's like, oh well, then both breakers, hobby shops, and Topps are going to say like, oh well. Man, it must be doing really well because they're jacking that price up. Well, then we're going to come out on our next waves and like, well, the price is going to be up because it's a very popular product, but that is manufactured hype. It's not real hype.
And then people see the product and it doesn't sustain.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Topps is to blame, but they are the first line of defense.
Yeah, I don't think they are, honestly.
Again, that's fine.
It could be the other way.
But if they come out and say, hey, so two things though. You could add MSRP to Topps, which we've never really had. Panini did that for years of, not MSRP, it was map pricing. I don't know what that actually stood for, but this you have to sell between this and this.
Oh, yeah.
You could come out and do that. You could also come out cheaper as an allocated product and say, hey, allocation price is down. Mm-hmm. There's already built-in margin, so instead of it having to be $4,000 for you to make your money, it can now be $3,200.
Yes, yeah.
But I do think at some point, either Topps or the distributors or Blowout and those guys, the retail, have to say, hey, one of us has to get this in check because it is going to leave a bad taste.
Yeah, it's hurting the hobby as a whole.
And I think it's going to be So I was glad to see Bowman Chrome is not spiked. And that's what's funny though. If we were in a good string of product, those Bowman Chrome cases would be $3,000 right now because people would be hyped about everything that come.
Yeah,
I feel like so many people are burnt out on this other crap we've had. Even though now they get a really good one, it's like, yeah, it is really good. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to maintain the price. I'm not going to pay more. I'm not paying more, guys. I do. It's a weird slope. I think there needs to be something to get that in check.
I completely agree. I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah, we'll get a real taste of that with Topps basketball. We're going to start getting Topps releases in a couple weeks. I don't think they have an official date. Seems like flagship is going to be first.
What's the actual date again in October that they get the licensing?
Oh, the first.
Oh, it is. So they have licensing as of today.
Right. So when they're actually going to release it, though, I don't know. We're in talks to get Mahan on next week. I called Ryan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want me to reach out to him?
I
Obviously, he responds to my texts. We saw that one happen.
Text him. Yeah, because I left him a voice, but I also realized.
Oh, never mind. I'm not going the end route. I got to go through our PR people.
Oh, no, I'm saying go to Ryan. I'm not going to text. I have Mike's number. Mike has texted me back about other things. I don't want to do this with him.
He has texted me too.
Not as much as me. And we talk about you a lot, and it's not good. I'll be honest with you, some of those burner accounts were his. So just saying that. I want to get him on to get the vision, but I forgot to respond to Ryan. I thought I did, and I finally got back to him. And I'm out of town next week, which is a pain, so we'll try to get a date. But basketball is going to be very telling. We haven't had it in a long time. People are crazy hyped about it just for that reason. And then we have a really, really good class on paper. Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. What's going to happen there? Like, are we going to come out at reasonable pricing, or is it going to be crazy right out of the gate and set us on a bad path? So,
yeah.
There you go.
I'm very curious to see it myself. Do you know when Update Chrome comes out?
I haven't been solicited for it yet, so November.
And the only reason I
asked
at
the beginning, at some point in November, I would say.
We talked about. I talked about it with Alex, and that's when we had made the realization it's not Update where these MLB Disney collab cards come in. It's the Chrome product, and I'm very curious
with the debut patches.
I honestly, I do think it. I think
it affects
pricing.
I think Update's in 2 weeks.
Way, I guess. Okay, cool.
But Chrome is usually a few weeks after, so I'd say beginning to middle of November, if I had to guess.
I was going through, so usually when I'm doing notes for the show, I'll just take screenshots of stuff I want to talk about. I did take a screenshot of some of those comments that were.
Go ahead, please. Yes. Negative only.
This clown needs to be at a circus, which is, I was like, man, clowns do well at circuses. I'm okay with that. Breakers are scum, not sorry. That's mean.
Okay, not original either.
Dang, that dumb Buzz Lightyear wannabe touched the corners. Which I'm just
fair.
Like,
you love to thumb those. By the way, that card's up to $6,500.
Oh, is it?
DC Sports 87, yeah.
I'm just saying, DC's got to be happy. Now, that's the second over $6,000 card. That thing was over $6,000 in the first 24 hours.
I bid $6,000.
Did you really?
Yeah. I saw it climbing, and I was like, I'm just going to bid $6,000 to see what happens.
We were I was breaking.
I was never high bid, though.
Oh, no, well, because it was Whiskey and Wax, our boy Chris.
Forever alert.
Yeah,
He's going to be in Nashville in a couple weeks.
I know, he was saying. We were in the break, and that's when the card went live, and it wasn't just the guys in the room. It was like, hey, are you guys bidding on it? And they're like, no, we hadn't. It had gone up to 1,000 in seconds, and then good. It was just like, and then Whiskey, I think he had put like a $5,000 bid in there, and by the next morning it was already over that into the sixes. So
yeah, I think it's 65.
That wall card's insane.
Hey, I do want to talk about one other thing.
Yeah,
by the way, speaking of Jeff, I was right.
Did he text you?
Do you happen to remember? We talked about SGC, and as they started to shut down, we started working with PSA, and PSA has been. I mean, the price went up a couple bucks, but like people made this big deal, and it really wasn't, quite frankly.
No.
And they've been pumping out a ton of cards a month, $1.5 million. So their number this month.
It would have just come out. Yeah.
Yeah. So for sports,
okay.
PSA sports only for all three of these. PSA 714,000. That was 10% month over month in general. Do you happen to remember what I said for SGC? Because SGC was like 115, 120 before, and I said I think they're going to be half that.
Oh, man. The only reason you're bringing this up would mean because you're right.
That's what I said. I'm bragging.
Okay.
They are down. And I said it has to be September. August is the backlog month. They're going to work through that. There'll still be a ton.
Yeah.
And August number was good. They are down in the month of September 49%.
For sports cards.
Yep.
Overall.
They're down 41%
they're actually
for TCG.
Down 49 altogether.
And they're down 49% total.
Yeah. Month over month.
Again, this is not a shot at SGC.
No, but
it does go to show you that it's not that people are not grading because SGC is slowed down. People are just literally turning to PSA.
Well, yeah.
And the resale value, and the resale value at this point, and the return times have come down. We've been working with them a little bit. We should have some free grades to start giving out here too very soon. I talked to Caden about that.
You know what we still need is a bulk sub person.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because Chris brought this up with me. Chris Whiskey.
Oh yeah.
He's like, dude, me and my wife could do this. So we got to work out a favorable rate, and then
I wonder if he heard that too because I talked about it last night with him.
No, we've been talking about it for a month.
But I told him, I was like, the reason why it's like I'd use Shep all day, but it's like we need someone who has like an online service that they can go on there.
Yeah, so that's what this would be. We have to build out a website.
Yeah.
I mean, very similar to Nash Cards and PC. They have excellent websites for the stuff.
Yeah.
We would build something out like that, and then, just have somebody actually run it.
Exactly.
I don't disagree because, at this point, unless you're doing sets or stuff, and I get, like, Gordy and Alex just did a show on the network. I forget whose show it was. And they're like, hey, there's a real great opportunity with SGC for vintage. I don't disagree, but I'll tell you right now, trying to sell SGC ultra, like, brand new stuff, brutal. I knew it would happen. I didn't think expect? No, I just didn't think the cliff I thought the numbers would come down. I didn't think the resale would fall this hard. It's rough.
I moved my Pikachu Van Gogh the other day for like in an SGC 10. It was like half the price of what a PSA is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say, and at this point, PSA is continuing like they're getting into repacks. They're getting into vaulting.
International. Yeah.
International. It's like there's a reason these companies are doing what they're doing. They're printing money, yes, but the services they offer now, I don't know how you compete with that.
No, honestly,
you need competition, but man, it's tough.
You have to have someone come in with cash. That's the only way.
And even then, why? Like, I just wonder how much are you going to burn doing? So yeah, at this point,
a lot.
Yeah, so at this point, me and Jesse's thought is just, I can speak for you too because we've talked off camera. It's like we just start subbing SGC now, up to PSA now.
Oh,
but we do need our own PSA guy.
Well, I do because I've got a lot of cards personally I want to send in, so please. But also that was in the chat multiple times yesterday. It was like, hey, can I get this? You guys can sign with DC.
Yeah.
But
how do we get to PSA
how do I
first?
get to PSA?
Yeah.
So
So we have a person who would do it. If anybody at PSA is listening, I need to reach out to Caden and just see who do I talk to on their team.
should we just do this? Like start our own thing, like an SGC subbing thing? Like not you and I run it, but like have it under the SGC branding, or I mean the SCN branding.
That's
Not
what
SGC.
I'm talking about. Yeah, so
Oh.
either an existing one or Chris just opened something up as SCN grading or something.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what you guys were talking
Abs-
about. Well, then yes,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
definitely
why
want to
not?
do that. Yeah,
Like, I trust him, first of all, well, with cards.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I
No,
think I do.
but I do. It's something we've been getting a lot of questions about now, and it's like, man, either that or we find somebody to work with, because we have a lot of people who want this, and I also think it would add value. Again, selfishly, it would help us say to PSA, hey, look at all this extra stuff we're pushing your way. This is a good look for us.
Well, and it's funny too because there are some comments of like, we all know there's going to be comments anytime you raise price and extend the time.
Fair
That's
comments, by the way, yeah.
But that's what was great about the non-sport. They didn't raise the price. I mean, I'm sure the
Oh, did
time
they
is
not?
probably extended, but they did not raise the price on the non-sport
And the
side.
sports only went up $2 a card, right?
I think so.
Okay, somebody
I
said
believe
5,
so.
and I thought I saw 2.
It could be a difference on the tiers or something, but I thought it was only 2.
Okay. Which, by the way, that stinks. You got to pay more and wait longer. I don't care that we're working with PSA. That stinks. Like, I get it. At the same time, it just shows you the demand is there. So
Agreed.
that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I did at least want to address the PSA issue because people have been asking us about it. We're looking for someone to work with because I think we could really drive a bunch of people that way. So
Yeesh.
let's do the Brian Lee interview and get out of here. A little mailbag.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did you want to do any of that mailbag?
Yeah, let's just do the. So here, let's go to Brian Lee. We already recorded. We'll come back.
We didn't record it. This is brand new.
Brand new. First time ever hearing it.
Brian Lee, founder and CEO of Arena Club, has joined us in studio virtually today to basically give us a little rundown of what's going on with Arena Club. How are you, Brian?
I'm great. How are you all? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, doing
Thank
well,
you, man.
doing well. So, Brian, we want to kind of cut right to the chase. We've obviously just mentioned we have this new partnership that we're springing forward with you guys over at Arena Club and SCN, which we're very excited about. I do want to just kind of talk for a minute, though, like what is kind of, maybe the audience can get your path. Like, how did you come to the hobby?
Who is Brian Lee?
Yes.
That's what we need to know first.
87 words or less. Who is Brian Lee?
Well, number one, thanks for having me. My path in the hobby started when I was young, just like you guys probably. I started collecting cards when I was about 8, 9 years old. Went to my first Dodger game, fell in love with Steve Garvey, our first baseman. Rode my bike about 30 minutes. This is when you could still ride bikes anywhere. Not like today, but I rode my bike from our house to Fountain Valley Comics and Cards, and I bought a Steve Garvey rookie card. A 1971 Topps card, and I still have it today, and that kind of started my journey. Most kids stopped collecting in junior high school, I just kept going.
You never took any time off?
No, I always collected.
Oh,
I always
really?
would pop my heads into LCSs and stuff like that, and was always into it. Started collecting with my son when he was born. I would take him to card shows. I would stroll him around card shops and so forth, and basically he started getting into it, and so this is kind of what we did together. He's now 16 and still collecting cards. But yeah, I've always loved it, and always in the back of my head, I always thought I'd want to do something in this hobby, in this industry, eventually. But kind of started off as a lawyer. Started my first company called LegalZoom.com. And then started my second company called Shoedazzle, and then The Honest Company, and this is my fourth company that I'm the founder of.
Wow.
Seems like a fairly decent resume.
Yeah, I mean,
I did painting and drywall for 12 years. Cell phones, by the way, not a big deal.
I'm curious, Brian. Without going into you just overwhelmed me with all the companies you started. I want to ask so many business questions, but I'm going to stay focused on cards.
Hey, Jesse, focus.
I'm focused on cards. When some people we talk to, they have large collections. Like there's tons and tons of cards in there. Other people have large collections in the amount of value that's in there, and some have both. I'm just curious, what does your personal collection look like?
I'm actually neither. Believe it or
Really?
not.
Okay.
It's like I'm neither a large collection nor an extremely valuable collection in today's, in terms of value. I mean, it's kind of getting crazy with these high-end cards, but I collect who I love.
Cool.
I'm very passionate about who I collect, and who I collect is mostly Asian iconic superstars. That's who I focus on, and I kind of have a pretty deep collection of that. So it's cross sports. It could be everyone from Grace Kim, the snowboarder,
Cool.
to figure skaters to
Yao
divers
Ming?
like Sammy Lee, Yao Ming in basketball,
Michelle
Jeremy Lin in
Kwan,
basketball.
my favorite women's skater as a kid, by the way, Olympic gold medalist.
Was she really?
Michelle Kwan killed it. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, me and my mother used to watch figure skating in the early 90s.
Well, it was amazing.
Oh,
Exactly.
thank you. I
But
met.
you know,
Yeah.
Mike.
My cousin Lisa was into figure skating, and that was her idol. And we got into figure skating when I was like I said, we watched it at the
That's
Olympics.
so fun. Brian, have you heard of a guy named Otani?
First name Shohei.
I don't know if you've heard of him. He's pretty good, and he is also on this Dodger team that you appreciate. I'm curious, like Otani being as big as he is on the team that you love, do you have many nice Otani cards in your collection?
I do. I have some. I have some great Otani cards. I have one. I have a Goodwin kanji
Oh, cool.
that I
Nice.
love. So I have one of those, and that's gone up tremendously in value. But I would never sell it. Yeah, I definitely have some Otani cards. I have a lot of the Asian kind of current baseball players. I'll just collect just in case, honestly, in case they become these iconic kind of goats. But Otani, obviously, he already is, right? So I'm gonna
Okay.
have him in my collection.
You know
All
what's
right.
crazy too? I was just talking to Joe about this. The Asian baseball card collecting community is wild. So Hideo Noma, who I only know because he played for the Red Sox, you probably never even heard that name, right? I mean, a good pitcher, not a Hall of Fame pitcher by any means, and not a household name. I knew him because of the Sox, and he jumped around a little bit. His value on like rare stuff is still wildly chased.
Really?
Yeah, there's
That's
just
so
like
cool.
a very
Hideo Nomo
dedicated.
is amazing.
Yeah, and he
The
was awesome
tornado,
for my
yeah.
guys.
Man, okay.
Hideo Nomo, and like I mean, even like the older players, like the Sudahara O's, the it's like a old Japanese baseball player who has some of the I think have the highest home run record in Japanese history. And then I've got cards from like Normie Kwan, who again no one really knows, no one really chases, but he was the first Asian professional football player, right? And so these are the
never heard-
types of
okay.
players that I collect. Yeah.
Wow,
Interesting.
that's a cool collection.
So I actually did not know that you were in the hobby like that. I kind of thought this was a bit of a newer venture, but clearly not, which is cool to hear. How does that bring us to Arena Club then? You're in the hobby since you're 8 years old. You're buying Steve Garvey cards. You're riding your bike. You're collecting. And you've got your PC. And then obviously you've made. I mean, I'm not going to ask you your net worth, but you've made a ton of money clearly. And now you say, hey, I'm going to come into the baseball space and Arena Club. And what was the purpose of that?
Yeah, so I mean, look, truth be told, after the Honest Company, after we took that one public, I promised my wife I would never start another company because it takes years off your life. It really does. But I just love this hobby so much, and but I always had some issues with it. Really, it's like for me, it was really more about grading and marketplaces. On the grading side, I always wanted more transparency. I always thought it could be done, better in terms of, providing people information and data as to why their card's graded a certain way. And the answer for that was AI grading, right? And so built an algorithm with Professor Gia Lee over at Stanford to help build an algorithm to use AI to grade cards. And so that was kind of like step one. It was a combination of humans mixed with using AI to grade cards and providing fully transparent grading reports. So that was part one of Arena Club. And part two was really about the marketplace, really about kind of providing, again, more transparency in cards. I wanted only graded cards in my marketplace so you knew exactly what you were getting. I put everything on blockchain so you could see the history of the card and how it's been traded and so forth. So I started that. Arena Club started with just grading and marketplace. And that's how we launched the company about almost 3 years ago now.
And now, obviously, and the reason we've kind of gotten to business with you now too, repacks have become just an like we talked earlier in the show about this whole news with Whatnot trying to regulate repacks. We've seen Fanatics Live come in with their own instant rips repack thing. We just ended up a sponsorship with Courtyard, quite frankly, to pick up this sponsorship because we like where this is going a little bit better. But obviously, they've been super profitable. You guys are now very heavy into the repack game. I am curious. So what was aside from money? I mean, it's a business. You have to make money. I get that too. Aside from that, what was the push to get into the repack game now?
We were very early in terms of bringing this to the digital world, and the idea came to me when I was at the National a few years back, like maybe over 2 years ago now. And it was in Chicago, I remember, and I was walking the floor, just looking at visiting different vendors and so forth and tables, and I saw this one guy who was selling these grab bags in front of him, and the sign said Shohei Ohtani rookie card in one of these bags. And I remember I asked him, I said, which Shohei is in there? Right? Because, it could be a $40 one, it could be a
Yeah.
$2 million. Like, what'd you put in there? And his honest answer was, I don't remember. He literally said, I don't remember. And he's selling these bags for $100 a pop. I was like, you don't remember? I'm like, what else did you put in these cards? Or
Yeah.
what else did you put in these bags? And he's like, you're just going to have to find out. And
Solid.
I was like, okay, interesting, right? And as I'm talking to this guy, some dude walks in and buys 2 packs or 2 bags. I'm like, well, dude doesn't even know what he's buying.
Yeah.
He's just buying it, right? And just chasing whatever he thinks he's chasing. And so I started thinking, and I visited more tables like this, and very similar. Like there was no checklist, no transparency. You don't even know if they put the card in there, all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, gosh, what would happen if we actually brought legitimacy to this?
Sure.
Right? What would happen if I provided people live checklists of cards that they might hit? I provided even the odds of the cards they might hit. You see the cards being hit. You see the cards going into people's showrooms. And you could call the cards back anytime you want. So if you hit a card, I'll mail it to you physically, right? So I wonder what would happen if we did this. So we started this a couple years back, and it just kind of took off. Honestly, it's like when I first launched it, I thought we would keep the packs on all the time. But what happened was that we launched it, and we sold out of the first pack, and then I think it was like 20 or 30 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh.
The
like,
first
what
run
happened?
of the first run of packs, you're saying, like the first couple hundred or
the first
whatever.
pack we sold.
Okay.
Exactly. It sold so quickly. And I honestly thought it was fraud,
Oh wow.
right? Because I was like, it was like just like skyrocket. The sales just skyrocket. I was like, wow, what happened? And so I was looking into it, and we did all the research, and it wasn't fraud. It was legitimate sales. And I was like, oh my goodness, we got something.
So you fraud-free
And so we
transaction brought to you by friends at LegalZoom. See, that's a little tie-in.
There
So
you
it's just something I bring to the table.
All
See? Closed circuit.
all together. I am curious, Brian, where is it? So you saw that much success that quickly, and now we've seen where Arena Club has gone. Where do you source all the cards? Like how does Arena Club get all of them?
Yeah, so we have a pretty strong buying team, and we have a whole network now of people selling us cards, because that was the initial bottleneck, was getting cards at the right prices and so forth, and making sure that we're not taken to the cleaners on these cards. And so basically we built up a really strong, nice network of vendors that we work with and we trust, and they're all throughout the country. People reach out to us all the time to sell us their cards. We very rarely take on new vendors at this point, but we're happy with the vendors that we're working with.
In the future of Arena Club, obviously the plan is to grow the business. You want more people in there. You think like even as is you guys are fine with the partners that you've got bringing you cards, or I would think at some point you'd have to like really expand to be able to get enough cards coming in just by the sheer amount of people that are coming and doing transactions, pack pulls on the site.
Yeah, I mean, our vendors are definitely scaling with us
Wow, that's
as
cool.
we grow, but it's also, we are going deeper into TCG. So we're going deeper into Pokemon and eventually Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and other cards, and One Piece and so forth. And so we are looking for more TCG vendors as we start scaling, because right now TCG is still a pretty small portion of our business.
Can I ask with
Normally, by the way, that's when I would say nerd alert. I
Yeah,
would not say that to
thank
Brian.
you for not saying that.
I would insult you like that. I
You're
would not insult.
growing
Thank
as
you.
a person.
Okay, I mean, Jesse, I apologize for the interruption. Please take
Thank
it
you for
away.
interrupting that.
Sure, please.
Brian,
that was an important interruption, by the way. I had to make sure I got that off my chest. I'm not going to insult you, but I am going to interrupt you. Now I'm done.
Thank you. I need to know one thing, Brian. You talk about TCG, and I have already seen all the other packs, the sports packs we've got on there. And like or Mike said, we did just come off of a partnership with Courtyard for a little bit, and it was a similar situation as far as like I am not seeing anybody doing any repacks in the specific non-sport card space, and it's not like. I know that's a very wide space, right? You've got all the stuff that Topps is putting out. You got the Upper Deck products that they've got as well. But it's a very big community. It's a very growing community.
And rabid, by the way.
Oh,
your
it's
guys
insane.
are creeps.
They are fanatical in the best way possible, and I love that. And I'm just curious, could we ever see a non-sport card, not TCG specific, but non-sport card product?
Absolutely, because
I would love
look,
that.
I'm a Star Wars fan myself. I collect Star Wars cards. And these are different categories that different passionate collectors. So our product will absolutely work for any kind of uh, category where you have passionate collectors that are chasing certain grail items, right? So it'll work in Star Wars, it'll work in Lorcana, it'll work in, a bunch of different kind of products out there or categories.
Okay, good.
So it'll
I'm
happen.
excited for that.
Yeah, and I did want to recap too, because like I want to have a balanced approach. Like obviously you're coming on as a sponsor, so we've talked in length with you and your team and all that. And there's some things that are just good about the repack that you guys run, and you can't deny it. Like the fact that it's digital, and I can get the physical card. Like I get that, because originally when there was digital repacks, it was like, well, I don't get the card, I don't care, I want the card. That's an option here. You can instantly move cards from an account to another, sell them for $1, sell them for whatever you want. I like that. The odds are clearly stated, which I know has been a real issue with other repacks. Like your Otani guy, that fat idiot sweatpant wearing guy at the
How do you
card
know he's
show.
fat?
Guaranteed that guy was wearing sweatpants and was
No,
overweight.
that's
Guaranteed.
mean.
And he's not like you working to be in great shape now, by the way. Jesse over there,
Right.
killing it.
You go into a nice interruption and then you say a mean thing.
Nice thing to you, though.
But good news, you balanced out.
That's
You're
right.
not down.
So like I think that's a good thing too. Hey, you know the checklist, and it's a living checklist, moves as it goes. You know the odds. I will say this though, Brian. The one pushback I have heard, not one. Some people hate repacks. If you hate repacks, you hate repacks. I get it. You're never going to rip a repack no matter who's doing it. No problem. Fine. Just like some people hate breaking. The one thing I am curious about though, because you get the 90% instant buyback offer, which again, in and of itself is genius. I will say the one downside I see with that is those cards then go back into the run of the product. Is there ever
That's correct.
is there ever a world where there's just so many packs? It's like, hey, if I take the buyback, that card goes into the next run, so it can't be hit again.
Yeah, so it's a great question. And so that's exactly what Jesse brought up before in terms of these cars and getting kind of sold back to us. After a certain amount of times, if it's sold back to us, we actually take it out of the system
Oh, okay.
because we know no one actually wants it.
Good.
Right.
Okay.
So we don't recycle cards like that. So after a few times, if it's not being held onto and collected, then we will actually remove it from the system. So what we try to do, and I'm sure other repackers are probably the same way, but what we try to do is make sure that every card you get, even if it's at the base value. So let's say you're getting a I don't know a $50 pack and you get a $25 or $30 card, right, as the base value. We at least make sure that the cards that we're putting in, even those base cards, are collectible.
Which is huge, by
Right,
the
that-
way.
that-
It's
that
another
if
big
you hold
stain.
on-
Yeah. Sorry.
Exactly. We have a whole team of folks here that are our buying team. We want to make sure that whatever card you get, if you hold on to it, and if that player keeps performing well or is on the rise or this or that, that it could go up in value, right? Which is very different than even buying wax
Sure.
and opening up a box and look, let's be honest, like 90+% of those cards are worthless and they'll be forever worthless,
Fair.
right? There's like they're going to be 1 cent cards forever,
Yep.
right? If that. So that's what we try to do. We try to provide at least collectible cards that you could hold on to.
And I'm glad to hear that, because the other big pushback with repacks in general from the card community is it's a great way to dump cards you don't want. My thing has
Yeah, see,
always
that's
been...
the wrong attitude. Yeah.
And by the way, I agree. But however, we do see that with so many. There's a reason there's such a public view like that. I do think it's important though. Like if I spend $100 going in and I know this, and again, you guys are very clear with the odds and the ceiling and the floor. So let's just say I spend the $100, my floor was $35, but it's a PSA 10 Otani. It's like, yeah, it's a cheap card. I didn't get my money back, but at least it's Otani. It's not a backup catcher for the Giants, who played 3 games. I do think that's important as well, because there's a huge difference in a $35 card to a $35 card. Like I think that's
absolutely.
I think that's a major distinction as well.
Yeah, I mean we're not putting Wander Francos into these packs. You know what I'm saying? We're not putting cards that are worthless.
It was Brian Lee who mentioned Wander Franco and not Mike.
Can
That's
I just
the biggest
say?
shock of the
Can I
interview.
just say I insulted
Wow.
insulted the sweatpant wearing
Wow.
overweight community. I didn't insult the perverts.
That's-
I'm okay with us insulting perverts, quite frankly. I don't mind it.
I'm curious, Brian. Going.
Where are you? Yeah,
I'm
what's the connection? Here we go.
I am glossing, and we are going, and going forward with Arena Club. Repacks, we're talking about repacks, but obviously, like if I'm going onto the site, it's not like a repack that I go out and get into a break with. Do you guys ever plan on doing anything like that?
No, not right now.
Okay.
We're happy doing what we're doing. We're happy that other people are doing them on live breaks, on whatnot, drip, whatever it is. But we are going to kind of stick to our guns and stick to our product and focus on it and just try to make it better and better and better.
And I see you guys are selling on eBay right now. I am, and maybe you don't even know the answer. I'm just curious. Like, obviously, eBay Live is pushing for sellers. Is the Arena Club model ever going to move to where we're ripping packs on eBay Live, or is that not on the radar yet either?
I mean, never say never.
Okay.
Of course, eBay is a great partner of ours, and we love them. And they do want to bring, a lot more transparency to the hobby for everyone, of course. And so they want to work with us, and we are working with them on some slab pack business. But are we going to rip live? I don't know.
Okay.
We're definitely not going to rip live on Arena Club. We have no plans of providing that kind of breaking platform on Arena Club right now.
Nice.
I guess kind of ending question would be like, where do you see Arena Club going in the next, say, year, 5 years, even after that?
Well, right now we're really focused on international growth.
Oh, cool.
Because we see what's happening in the hobby globally, right? And it's really fascinating because we actually turned on some international payment mechanisms for Arena Club and saw all these orders coming in from Asia.
Wow.
And
Cool.
they're buying a bunch of basketball, and when I say a bunch, I mean a bunch. And so, why not, right? So we're actually going to the Macau card show next week, and setting up our booth there, and kind of promoting our offerings to the Asian market. And so we'll see how that goes.
I didn't
But
know
I
there
can
was a
see
Macau card show.
a pretty big presence there.
You know what's funny? I did know about this Macau card show, but because there's some guys that I work with in the UK, they've got a shop. They just got asked to go. A Saudi prince. This sounds like an email that you would get and just throw in your spam folder. But they got a call from a Saudi prince to come and clean these cards because he's taking them to the Macau card show.
How come princes aren't calling us?
I'm
What is going
just
on
very
here?
curious. Brian Lee's kind of a bigwig. We got Saudi princes going to the Macau. What is this? Is the Macau card show like a big deal over there?
It's a huge deal. It's the largest card show in Asia, and it draws from all over the world.
Dang.
And it's at the Venetian Hotel in Macau. I think it's a 2 or 3, maybe a 3-day show. But the most interesting fact about it is I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but north of 20% of all high-end basketball cards are in China.
I'm actually surprised it's that low. I thought you were going to say it was like 60%.
That's crazy.
That's always been the rumor. Like, there's
1%.
so many monster
So-
cards we've never seen over there.
And when I say high-end, I mean cards worth $10,000 or more.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. So then, if that's the case, you guys are going there. Is that going to be what is the main goal to just kind of advertise Arena Club, or are you guys going to pick up cards? What's the idea?
A little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
And so we're definitely going to be buying cards. We're definitely going to be promoting our services from grading to marketplace to slab packs, and try to make our presence felt in that region.
Very cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of all I had. It's good to know about the international growth. We see you guys doing this. We just heard about PSA expanding. We are seeing so much international
SCN
growth.
expanding.
I mean, it's a big deal.
You're in UK all the time now. Just do something over there.
I'm going back. We're
I
going
know
in
you
February.
are. Trust me. I know. I know these things.
But
Freaking breaking news to me. I know where you're going.
I think that
Just relax.
my biggest thing about it is like there's been a barrier of how do you get cards, especially like with tariffs and things like that. But in a digital world, it's like, okay, well, if I wanted to make a big collection of cards and then maybe do one package of sending them, as opposed to like, oh, I buy a card and it from whatever site and they mail it to me, the charge on that is going to build up over time. So it's like there's plans. I think the plans in place of like, oh, well, I'll buy and sell digitally, and then when I actually do want it physically, maybe I can save myself by not having to do like individual packages, just one large one. There are ideas like this that I've been waiting for someone to actually implement, so it's cool to see that you guys are doing it.
Well, thank you. But I've really enjoyed talking to you both, and I'm super excited about our partnership here with Sports Cars Nonsense. I think it's going to be a really an amazing product, and so thanks for being part of it.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. And we'll kind of keep everybody posted. We'll definitely have some packs to give away for the audience as well to try to drive some eyes your way. And we will, we look forward to working with you and the team going forward.
Amazing. Thanks.
Good deal. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Great
Brian.
to see you both.
All
Thank
right.
you, Jesse. Thank you, Mike. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so there you go, Brian Lee. I've known him for a couple of years. I like Brian. I did not know he'd been in the hobby like that his whole life. So
You remember when we ate, was it in Vegas or was it Atlantic City?
Oh, yeah.
The four of us, it was like him and Jesse
Yep.
who.
And I had the meal in New York. We flew up. I thought they were
yeah,
going to
yeah.
I thought they were going to buy the app years ago.
Oh man.
Which would have been. Hey Brian, but here's the thing.
Brian,
too.
come on
You got
back in
legal
here.
Zoom money,
Yeah.
dude. I'm looking for $1 million. We're not trying to go nuts here. Get some investor.
Cheap.
I do also want to be upfront. Like, I have not been the biggest proponent of any repack ever because a lot of it is like the rumors you hear. Like, hey, we don't know what's in it. The checklist stinks. It's just a way to dump stuff. So I am glad like they're at least aware of those things because I do think it's important. Like, I don't care about all the functionality of something.
Yeah.
If the card I get isn't a good card and you don't have people working for the company who are in touch with the hobby, it's just not going to work. So,
Well, and the comparison he made about the guy at the National who's got like cards that he doesn't even know what's in there.
Sure.
If you're going to give a repack a try, do you want to do it with the guy in the sweatpants who's probably physically fit and fine at the National?
Fatty
or,
sweatpants, yeah.
Or do you want to do it with a company that's got, Derek Jeter tied to it? You got Brian Lee coming on, who you can now see the CEO of this multi-million-dollar business. Yeah, it just makes sense that would be the avenue that more people are going to, get their toes wet, try this thing out.
yeah, and I also am very much of the thought of like it's just like breaking. Some people will just hate it no matter what. I have no use. That's fine. Like I don't use it. Same way with we tell you with our breaking. If you don't like it, don't do it. Next time he's on, I do want to know, are there any safeguards in place? That is the one thing I think we've heard some pushback to as well. Of like, hey, it's so easy to get into it, and they're buying back at 90%. You can just keep going and spending.
Safeguards in the sense of what? What do you mean?
So like a
as
guy
far
goes in
as-
there and just goes on tilt. Like, hey, I'm just going to buy 50 or 100 packs. I'm up in the air.
Do you think
about
there's
that,
a
though.
safeguard in anything
That's
in
the
the
thing.
hobby, though?
People talk to me about that with other, and there's really not.
Oh, I know.
I do wonder,
yeah.
but the accessibility.
Sure. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
interesting.
And again, I think the other thing we're going to announce very soon, we'll do the giveaways and all that stuff too. And that's kind of the borderline stuff. I mean, entry level stuff with us. Hey, make an account. Here's some packs. We'll post up details. I like that. The bigger picture though is in SCN curated one of these things where Jesse gets to curate his TCG stuff and his weird flying lizard crap and whatever else he does.
Non-sport, but also
Yeah,
TCG. Yes.
non-sport garbage, and hey, Geo's Grails and Jesse's junk or whatever. See that? No, but I think that'd be kind of cool to actually be involved in it, which is kind of the talks we're in with them going forward as well. So there you go.
I look forward to that day.
All right, mailbag, and we'll get out of here then. I posted this up. General mailbag, I also said, hey, I'd love to hear who you people are actually buying in the MLB right now, just because, I mean, the timing is perfect with the playoffs. So our buddy Sean Saito, Vlad, even though he's a Yankees fan, I think Vlad's interesting. Like, that's a dude, the Yankees pitching is not great. Granted, they wouldn't play the Yankees till the ALCS, so I don't know why I brought that up at all. They're going to play the winner of the Guardians-Tigers. Yeah, but Vlad's a softball player.
So-
I like the potential there of him just
so Red
smashing
Sox are
home
not-
runs. They're 1-1. Winner. I think the game's tonight. Winner wins the series. Sox Yankees.
Who are you rooting for?
Yankees, obviously. Sox blew it last night, dude. They are frustrating. Trevor Story almost hit a grand slam in the 7th. I think went like warning track. And even the last out of the game was warning. It was nuts.
What's warning track?
The little dirt patch,
Yeah.
like 10 feet wide.
Oh, that's
before
called a warning track?
before the wall. Yeah, it's a warning track.
Oh.
Warning track power, baby. James Ecadini said Jackson Churio's interesting because they've dipped so hard, but that Brewers team is great. I don't trust the Brewers. It's my only hesitation there. I don't know if they can win a big series yet. Although they've been the best team in baseball all year, so maybe. J.E. asked, will Ohtani cards ever dip? We talked about this. When? And he actually had a couple hits. He homered the first game. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and he's pitching game one of the next of the divisional round. Like, guy's going to come out and pitch 4 innings and strike out 9, and people are going to go wild.
This is why you buy Ohtani, though, is so that he can show off in the playoffs.
You're almost right. I'm not almost right. I almost have a hard time arguing with that.
Well, I mean, not
He's
even
so
like as a
stu-
collector. I mean, like as the team, like
know.
when Dodgers put that money into him, this is why.
Yeah, postseason, he's going to win another MVP.
Yeah.
It's yeah. And then Patrick Parker said J-Rod. I actually think that's the best one on the list. That team is excellent. He had a great second half. They're going to play the Yankees. I do think that's going to be a crazy offensive series, which would be awesome. And yeah, his pricing being so far down, like, absolutely love it. The only other person we said was Christian Yelich. Juan said that, or Joe said that. Same thing. I just don't trust. I think he's so far past his prime at this point, though. It's like he would have to have an ungodly run to like get any recognition. So,
Okay.
anyways, sorry.
I don't have access. Where did you post this?
I tagged you in it, and I put in just a normal group.
Oh, you did tag me?
I did.
Oh, there it is.
You got it?
Yes.
You want to take over?
No, I mean, I can, but yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll just fly
I'm
through
just
and
going
get
to
out
the
of here.
top. Chris
G, our boy, Phoenix.
Chris G. What is your ideal release schedule for Fanatics NBA? He says flagship Chrome, others SKUs.
Interesting. I like this, actually. Flagship. keep the pricing down, but flagship, let everybody come in.
Flagship is Chrome, though.
Top's
right?
paper.
Oh, just
flagship.
paper.
Chrome is
Okay.
also a flat, yes. But come in, which I think is going to be first. Keep the pricing down. Let everybody come in. You get on-card autos. We've already seen the pictures. You get your first logos, and it's relatively cheap. I think that is the number one thing.
I don't think they do paper. I don't even think they put out a paper. I think they
It's
do
already
Chrome.
they've
It's already announced
Yeah,
it?
it's going to be first.
Oh,
yeah.
well, then never mind.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me that they would do it. I would think you would just go right into Chrome and then like
I think
paper is
Chrome.
like-
I think Chrome is probably in my world. Chrome comes out next, and then you go with your because they've talked about Dynasty, Diamond Icons. The problem is you can't come up with Dynasty first. It's going to be thousands of bucks. Who's getting access to that? It's one card.
Oh yeah, I would
So
be
I think Chris has the right order. If it's my world, flagship, Chrome, Dynasty,
I
triple
guess
threads. however you're
flagship
going.
would put it into the most hands possible.
Correct, which I think with a new product you want to do that,
Yeah.
and with a desirable class, yeah.
Absolutely. Marcus,
Beethoven,
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Been listening a couple years, but just went to the first card show recently. Saw an Anthony Edwards card I was interested in. Brought out my phone to check comps, and the table runner asked, "Are you really comping me?
And then I asked him,
What's the
what's the
etiquette?
shade of green on those sweatpants?
What's the etiquette for comping?"
Comp right there. You don't move.
Yeah,
It's 2025, and people like that are mad because they know their price stinks.
I would be curious, Marcus. Did you find out if his pricing was on point? I would be curious if you got mad because you were about to find out he was trying
I
to
would
scam.
too. Marcus, flip the table as well. Marcus, respond to your comment here. I'd like to see that actually.
BJ Kroger, are we
No,
still waiting
nope.
on or
I'm not answering
expecting
his
the Chiefs
questions.
to finish poorly this year for Mahomes?
He is in your room more than you are, guys. Does he not work? They have a family.
He's been helping me with checklists
Oh
now,
my
so it's been
God.
pretty helpful.
BJ, take a rest. I'm not answering your
no,
questions. You
he's-
talk all day to
He's
us.
doing great. But what about that? Is his price going to dip, you think?
Are we still waiting on expectation? I mean, I still think they're going to have a tough schedule. They're going to have a tough year. That was my thought from the beginning. They're now 2-2. Obviously, Xavier Worthy changes the dynamic of that offense. They looked great the other day, and they beat the Baltimore team that I thought was going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Baltimore was going to steamroll him, quite frankly. And he, second half, or is he surpassing the recency bias and always going to be high? It's not recency bias. He has 3 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs. He's an all-time great.
What's recency bias?
That's what I mean. Recently he got smoked in the Super Bowl. He is not
Oh.
it's not like he just sprung out and had a great 10-game stretch. Mahomes is a first ballot Hall of Famer if he never plays again.
Yeah.
So I think he's always going to be relatively high, and there will be peaks and valleys in there.
Okay. James Acadini, what do you think is the cause of the meteoric rise in prices of GOAT cards?
He's right, by the way. And Messi is way up. He,
absolutely.
And the names he mentioned, only one I have not seen crazy pricing. He mentions Messi, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Griffey. I've not seen the LeBron market going crazy like the other ones, but for sure, Messi,
Oh, yeah. Well, you just set some records.
Jordan, Kobe have been,
I've got
and
some.
Griffey.
There are some LeBron cards that did set a record. I don't know
Okay.
about all of them.
Yeah, it's not been as widespread. Maybe there are. It certainly has not been as widespread as the other guys because,
Well, what about Tom too? He knows he didn't put him in there,
yeah, Brady stuff has been,
but he's not really.
his rookie stuff has been, it's been okay. It has not been rising like this stuff, though.
Yeah.
Slow rising. It's definitely been movement.
So maybe that is a reason right there, because we just talked to Brian about the market exploding in basketball specifically, and we know baseball's growing in Asian markets too. It's like, well, maybe some of football is one of these where you're not seeing a lot of international
It's
expansion.
for sure the most domestic sport.
Yeah, so it's like maybe that is the reason.
Griffey is not exploding overseas. Like they're chasing
Sure.
prospects, if any.
But I mean,
just
Ohtani is. Maybe it is.
Ohtani for sure. I also think it's just guys here recognizing, hey, the brand new, newest, flashy, shiny thing
Could be.
99% of the time fails. Let's just go with something safer.
Yeah, fair. Andrew Larson, Tops Basketball.
Looks like there was one above that. Sean Saito.
I thought you already read Sean's.
It looked like there was one above that.
Sean Saito, want your honest take, Mike Gio, on both the Disney Chrome and now SpongeBob releases. Oh, I definitely would have read this one. You've seen what Jesse and others have pulled, and the resale, excitement, and discussions about both products has been exceptionally strong online.
I will say this, and this is no shock. I have no,
Michael, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I have no use. I'm not gonna take it away. I have no use for them. Obviously, I don't care. I have noticed a trend though, and you have. I don't know how it's happening for you as regularly as it is. I think there's some conspiracies there. Yeah. When there is a good case of Disney in particular,
Yeah.
SpongeBob all look just like stupid crap to me, and I don't know what's gonna sell
They're
for.
so funny. I love
Yeah,
it.
they're dumb. I actually am curious what the resale will be. But I will say this, and even like Star Wars. I didn't think this was Star Wars. Star Wars, I think in general, most have flopped. Like I think even you said they've come out and they're way too high for what they are.
As of recently, it's
Yeah,
been
like the
that a
last
little bit,
few.
yeah.
Antiquities was great, but other than that, it's like, man, a lot of Disney Chrome, a product I think is dumb and mostly for perverts. Present company on this side of the table, mine excluded.
On my side.
Your side included.
Included.
I will tell you this: when you get a hot case, it's ridiculous. But then I also saw the price of those cases being like $8,000, and I was like, well,
that's again.
it's a lot like baseball though. If you like Chrome,
Yes.
you can get a really great case,
Mm-hmm.
and you can clear $8,000 to $10,000.
Yep.
When you get a bad case, it's $700 in resale on an $8,000 case. It's very similar to the prospect game to me.
Which is why it's like, okay, well, a break is one of the reasons why, if you're going to have that be the case, wouldn't you rather not be on the hook for
Absolutely.
a $700 case
1000%.
that you paid $6,000
Yep.
for? So that's good. But it is one of these, catch-22s where the price of what you're seeing at retail is not necessarily what breaks. Like I said earlier, the retail price of a case of this product, I think, is like around $6,500 or something like that right now.
Okay.
But I was moving cases yesterday for, I think I was like at that or under, and I still have to contend with the fees that come from the platform that you're selling on.
So that plays into my original argument with baseball, though. On release day, those are $8,000 a case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even
sure.
yours, and I think you were better priced than most, but even you were $8,000.
Yeah.
You have come down 20%.
Yeah. But
I see a lot of similarities with Disney Chrome, but I will say this to its credit, guys love that crap.
Well, and this is the credit that I will give to Topps and the team that puts the cards together, because I don't know if we always do that. The people who are actually coming up with the ideas for inserts and ways to make it more collectible are doing a good job. Not every single time. It's not always nailing it.
I see more innovation there, I will say.
But you think about the last Marvel product. You saw like, okay, well, it's characters that we've had before, and that's always been a thing. Like, how many characters or how many cards do I need of the exact same character? So what do we do to make it different or more fun?
Sure.
They had the claw marks, the Wolverine claw marks. That was really cool. They had some other
Absolutely.
ideas. And then in Disney, you got now, it's like, oh, well, the last 3 years, we have some cool Disney cards. And this year, not only do we have Disney cards, but we have the real autographs, not just facsimile autographs. It's like,
excellent.
Oh, wow, now you're making a different, bigger chase. So it's like,
Sure.
I appreciate more so than I have in the past the people that are actually thinking of how do I make this fun for everybody and not just the exact same thing from last year.
I don't disagree with anything you said. I'm not in a position to. I would say from an outsider looking in, I see it's a lot on the same trajectory as baseball. I think there's some huge hit potential, which is great. But man, the cases are expensive, and it does seem like they're dropping, just like baseball has, like right after.
Well, when we were talking about baseball, I did just go ahead and pull up blowout pricing for Disney, and it hasn't changed actually, which is I'm very glad. It's only been out in a week,
but it was 8,000. Now it's 6,500. It's already dropped 20%.
Did retail actually do 8,000?
That day you were breaking, I looked because I could not believe I saw your GMV number because I was doing my show for Eddie, getting my number, and I looked and I was like.
Yeah,
what has happened on the something was just not adding up on the overall analytics page.
Yeah,
and I looked and I was like 4 cases, it was like 32, and I was like, it's $8,000 a case, and I looked on there, they were $79.99.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's doing kind of the same thing
for sure.
Product good they're working on, but yeah, even that, like, can we not keep those cases $4,000?
Well, and the difference too with a non-sport versus a sport though is like. You're breaking up a case between 30 to 32 teams.
Yeah, you got
133
spots.
I have literally over 100 spots. Sure. And it's like, and there's 200 actual spots. Like some people do it where you're doing every single character.
And again, I think the argument you're making is why breaking makes sense for these products.
Yes.
I'm not even disagreeing.
But from a different point of view, absolutely.
But the other side is just, that is true.
Yeah.
But man, we've got to do something with pricing so that if I buy in a week later, I'm not rewarded with a 20. You should not be rewarded for buying in a week later.
Well,
for baseball guys and non-dis, it's the same for both customers. The guys who support it release day, when it's all hyped up and we're having a great time.
Sure.
Your reward is you get to pay 25% more.
Well, I would give this to these specific releases, the SpongeBob and the Disney. You're seeing resale right now that is still in the thousands of dollars for not even like superfractors.
Good.
Now, granted, there was a SpongeBob 1-of-1 like insert card. It was the insert cards. Obviously, there's multiple inserts of that same individual insert. One of those insert 1-of-1s did $5,000.
Having a real hard time. I'm actually surprised you're arguing at this point.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just making the point of. That is where we're at for a first day release. I do understand that.
Sure.
But if you're coming out at $5,000 for an insert, it's going to. I really do think.
But
Like,
even then,
even if you come
why
down,
did the case cost drop then?
the case. No, we're talking about SpongeBob. The cases haven't dropped.
Oh,
on
those.
that one.
Okay, SpongeBob.
Yeah. If anything, those have gone up.
And those
I
might.
think
That's a
they are
first year.
going to be going
First year
up.
product. I would expect that too.
But the Disney product, yes, it would make it. But that's because they came out way too high. They came out, I think, at the same or higher than what Disney last year is at right now.
So we're agreeing on that.
Yes,
these are coming out too high.
It is a good product. It is worth a lot of money, but it shouldn't be. Again, this is manufactured type where it's like, oh, we know this is already going to be big. Yes, it is going to be big, but if you come out at the top, you got nowhere to go but down.
Agreed.
All right, Sean, thank you for the question. Appreciate you. You know what, Sean? I might give you a BOGO next time. Sean comes in. I love Sean. He's like the cheapest guy in the break, though. He's always looking for a deal of like, if I buy this $10 spot, can I get another $10 spot for free? Which I don't have a problem with. Sean, I love you. I did want to say that's the end of our mailbag. Two things. One, just a little self-promotion. The last break I think I'm going to be doing for the next few days because I've got the next surgery next Wednesday. Yeah,
Look how you break news to me on here.
Wait, I thought you listened to the episode. You mentioned the Alex
I
episode.
listened to a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I have a the
goiter.
lipoma. It's not a goiter. It's a lipoma.
It's Jesse.
Jesse.
We started a place of truth.
So
when is this? What day is this?
On Wednesday. It's
outpatient?
An outpatient. Yeah. So
the size of that thing, they're gonna have you out that day.
It's not that big. But they said like maybe a couple days of recovery. But Wednesday is when I do it, and that Wednesday is usually my big
Can
break
you talk?
day. Yeah, I mean, hope so. There should not be anything with my vocal cords, but
how great would that be if you had like a month-long laryngitis? Oh my god!
So Friday,
clip that cord. Cut the cord, thank the Lord.
On Fanatics Live, Ray is going to be doing his first break with me. I'm going to be with him, actually. I'm getting him set up at his house. We're going to be doing the WWE Finest, which is crazy popular, which, hey, get your 3.5% ready. But the other...
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? I don't appreciate you pointing at me like that's my move.
You like it now, huh?
So Ray is breaking on Friday.
Yeah, WWE, which is funny. I listed it late last night while we were doing Disney. It's like half filled. It has over 100 spots in it. So
okay, I was wondering. I don't know how
that's a popular product.
Would you do like
This is why I'm okay with BJ being in the comments. He is helping me tremendously. He's the one who put it together. So
I like BJ. I like to bust his chops.
Here's the thing. You know what's great is like when you have money from your business that you can then give to other people to do parts of your business that you don't have time to do.
Okay, we're going to talk about your finances. We're going to talk about your finances soon. I want to see a significant asset added to your portfolio in 2026.
What is it? What do you want me to add?
A house, something.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
Well,
it's time to quit screwing around.
So here's
vacations and your takeout bills. No.
Do I look into a rental, or do I build a studio / what will eventually be probably like an apartment for my parents in the basement?
Oh, make it for your dad. Get him out so I can renovate that place and double the rent.
Well, that's just my thing. It's like in the meantime, I could be a breaking studio.
Got it, because I'm going to tell you right now, you need to get this mentality. We got a 3-year window.
3-year window.
Maybe less.
But you said that like during COVID or
correct.
Something, right?
That's why I have so much money now, because I live on that desperation of, hey, only a couple years left.
Have the mentality, 3 years. I like that. Well, that's what I literally had the conversation with
Sam. Not
Sam.
even 3 years. I don't know.
Sam was just like, we were talking about it, and she's like, listen, that's great. Yep. But because I told her like, hey, we did this much business between the last week.
In the dough.
And
absolutely.
Like, you know what? That's great. But, let's just keep the mentality. This could be, tomorrow it's over. So that being said, Friday on Fanatics Live, come check it out. It'll be fun.
What are you breaking? Sorry?
WWE Finest.
Oh, yeah. Said that. That's right.
Many people have just expected that I'm going to be in a costume. I don't have a unitard as of
Ray
yet.
has a wife.
It's not in my the safety of my home. But
bad enough she has you two idiots in the house. Oh my god!
I do think I'm going to put on a tank top though. Just
please don't.
I don't know. I think
keep
it'd be
your
funny.
armpits covered. Oh my god!
So that's all I wanted to say about that. The other thing I did want to just give a little shout out is to the Johns, McTaggart, and Dudley.
Yes.
For almost 4 years they've been doing the SCN newsletter.
They started that newsletter. They ran with it like maniacs.
I didn't realize they were only a few weeks shy of the 4-year anniversary. I was like, oh wow, that's so cool.
Sent out thousands of articles.
And you guys have been faithful readers, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this week's episode will be the last one. They're going to do one final one, but I did talk to them. They are going to continue to do like a little newsletter thing, but the two of them.
So, they are.
And I told them, promote it. it and put it in the newsletter this last episode.
And then tell us so we can blow it up on Facebook.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So,
Yes.
Just wanted to say thank you to those guys. And Dudley is always like in the mailbag anyway, so we'll probably still hear from these guys. But just wanted to give a shout out.
Yeah,
So.
John and John have been great. John Dudley in particular, even when we launched CSL, he came over and started doing live content, was helping us there.
Yeah, I remember
whatever
that.
you guys do, and make sure they have the list, right? The email list?
Yeah, well, it'll go out in the newsletter, so anybody on the list already will go.
Okay.
Oh, like you mean like?
I want them to have
Actually,
access to
I don't
that.
know. I don't even know how do we get access to it. I'm sure it must
Is it
be
on
in there
Substack?
somewhere. That's what I would think, but yeah. But
Guys,
either way,
if you have access to that, John and John, copy the list and use it. You built that list, you can use
and
it.
if you don't, I'll look into it and see if I can get it to you. But
wish
that
they would
being
just
said,
come right at SI for us, but I don't think it's a fit. They tried it, and I don't think they liked it, which I get. So.
and that's okay. But
They
there
could.
you
I
go.
tell you what, though, they could write for that newsletter. Dude, that newsletter has like 85,000 people on it now. And it's open.
Which newsletter?
The Collectibles Life, the one we have with the SI team.
Oh.
Dude, they could run that. We could let them freaking run that newsletter. It's daily, though. It's the only problem.
I mean, they may be interested in that. I don't know if they know that is an
all
option.
we use it for now is like recycled articles, really.
Oh,
And we pay quite a bit of money a month for that thing. Maybe that is
dude,
something.
that's If that is an actual option, maybe Chris can.
Here's the
talk to
test.
him
John
about
and
it.
John, if you hear this, you can reach out to me about it. If you don't hear it,
There you go.
we know you've killed us. We know you're dead.
So
I do
anyways,
wonder about
was
that.
it.
Not anything with collectibles, the SI Collectibles website, but the Collectibles Life newsletter. They could add like some actual brand new content to
Well,
that.
here's the thing. That's
not a bad idea.
The newsletter's been growing, but it's not huge. There's like 2,000 people subscribed to it, but there was a 50% open rate, which is actually really good for
51%.
any newsletter.
Yeah, because our open rate over there is like 30%. Now, granted, it's like 30,000 people.
Sure.
But that's what I mean.
So maybe that could be a thing for him. But either way,
Interesting.
if you never did read it or check it out, there is a thing on Substack. You guys can go back and see past articles, but it's also on the sportscardsnonsense.com website. There's a newsletter tab. You can see the old stuff. But there you go. All right. I think that's all I had then.
Yes. Oh, good news. Hannah is picking up Theo, so I don't have to go down to the house and get him. Yeah, because we're leaving for New York tomorrow, so I will be around.
What is this? Tim told me you were going out of town. I didn't even know you were going out of town.
We talked about this in my house.
What are you doing?
We're going to New York. Visit Nate and Kara. We're doing the tour. We talked to you about the tours and all that stuff. I'd never done it yet.
When did you tell me about this?
When you were at our house was it No, it was after your anniversary. Or maybe it was the anniversary.
Oh,
we talked
you
about
did
this,
say,
though.
but I never knew the date. I never knew when you were going. So you guys are going up there this weekend.
We leave tomorrow morning crazy early.
When are you coming back?
Wednesday. But I'm going to have my stuff Monday.
Oh, so you're still good for the pod?
Good for the pod Monday.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm waiting on the Mayhem thing.
But you'll be back for Thursday because that's the one where I'll be after surgery, so I probably won't be on Thursday.
Okay, I was just so let me just plan on doing Thursday solo then. I'll plan on that and actually
Yes.
Can I have Joe in?
Yeah, I text Joe back and I never heard anything back.
That's why he brought up today that he didn't hear from you. Interesting. Okay.
I'm looking that up. Maybe
I'm burying the
maybe I
hatchet
didn't.
between you two.
No, don't. I want him to think I'm still mad. But I actually,
I like
you know what's
that.
funny is I almost reached out to him to come on, but when
Did you?
Alex,
Oh, dude,
when
you
Alex
would have made his
responded-
day. Oh,
Yeah, here's the thing. I think Joe's funny, and it would
He is.
be a good time.
I
but
tell you right now, it would not work with just you two. I told him this too. I was like, it wouldn't work with just you two.
I'm looking it up. I did respond, so
Text him right now. 2 words. Go die.
I
Text him
will.
that. He'll know what that means.
I'll say this is from Mike. All right.
So what do we have coming? So I'm off for the week. Yeah, we'll be back with eBay Live next week. I'll be back for Fanatics Live. Jesse's obviously live. Eddie's going to be live pretty much every night I'm gone on Fanatics Live. And then Jesse Boy's going to be on eBay Live soon too.
Oh, yeah,
Seems
yeah.
like that's moving forward. You got to do a little training, but it's easy and I know how to do it. So
Okay, cool.
it's Zoom. You just shut your camera off and just say at the end, like, man, that was awesome. That's all you got to do. For all
That's all
these-
you got to do.
I've realized for all these meetings, I just shut off your camera.
that's awesome.
What was I thought I had one other thing, and I can't think of it, and it doesn't matter now. So we'll be back Monday with no guests yet.
Unless Mahan is coming. Is that what you were saying, though?
The thing is, originally it was like it has to be Tuesday. And I was like, man, it's a tough thing because we don't record on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold breaking news over 2 days to a Thursday, and I'm out of town. To take 2 days off is tough. I already got to do 2 shows Monday.
Yeah.
So maybe
Well,
it
if
may,
you can only do it, I can do it. So if that's the only time you can do it, then
but even then we have to hold it. So my thing is, why don't we just do it another week with him when we can both
sure.
be there?
I
and,
would like that.
So that's my preference, but I'll reach back out to Ryan. I'm so sorry. I'm going blank, and I had one other thing to mention about our show stuff.
Red Sox.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. We'll figure it out later.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you all. See ya.
Okay.
I have to end it.
Okay.